So, when someone talks about past lives, whether you believe in past lives or not, it really doesn't matter. Because, as I always say, the past, the future, and the present are happening all at once. And so, whenever I have clients partake in either a past life regression workshop or a private past life regression session, the main reason that they wish to experience this incredible hypnosis is to discover what their life purpose is, to try to connect better to their higher self, to their soul, to be able to channel messages in from their guides, whether it be spirit guides or ascended masters or angels, or their higher self. And so the purpose of having a past life regression is not so much to learn about what happened in a past life or perhaps the childhood in this life, but it's more about being able to enter that state, the state of being where you are just pure light and you are able to experience much more than you are able to experience in this physical body. And so, yes, it does also help to see who you were in a past life, what kind of a life you had, what kind of personality did you possess, who was in your past life that is in your life now. It is very common to have people in your current life now, be your soulmates from your past lives. And so it's pretty normal for people to travel through lifetimes together. You actually make these agreements, these contracts before you come back to life on planet Earth. So before coming back to Earth, you already have agreements with several different people, souls, and you all agree what kind of lessons you're going to try to learn this time around. Now, whether you actually accomplish that in this life or not is completely up to you because you have free will. We are the only species that has free will to choose to live the life that we wish to live in this particular lifetime or any other lifetimes that we've experienced or have yet to experience. And so you have the free will to choose to explore any dimension that you choose to explore. But it is up to your soul to decide that which is the most appropriate for you to experience at any particular time. And so most people that have a past life regression hypnosis session with me, whether privately or in a group setting, if they've never done it before and it's their first time, the typical concern is, will I be able to see anything? Because I'm not really good at visualizing or imagining. What if I don't see anything? My dreams aren't very detailed. And so if you don't have detailed dreams, just know the way the session is done, whether in a group setting or private, I start out by doing theta healing for you and balancing out your chakras so that you are able to reach a place of balance and peace and be able to let go of your conscious mind. So if you're very left-brained and you tend to overanalyze, you would be able to surrender and just allow yourself to experience whatever it is that your soul wants you to experience. So the main reason for having a past life regression is to be able to enter this deep state of hypnosis. And that is the same state that your brain is in during any theta healing session that I would do for you. Theta healing is based on belief rewiring that is done while your brain is in the theta brainwave. It is the same brainwave that you are in when you are dreaming. It is the same brainwave that you are in when you're under hypnosis. And so the only difference between theta healing and past life regression is you would be the one who would be receiving messages from your guides. I would be guiding you and asking you questions that you have already prepared prior to the session, but you would be the one actually channeling out the answers. So you would be the one channeling what is your life purpose. whether it's a message coming through from your higher self or from one of your angels or guides or ascended masters. Versus in the theta healing session, I scan your entire body and I'm able to tune in and channel in messages from these beings or your subconscious, which is your higher self, your soul. And so in a past life regression workshop, even though it is a group setting, it is still very private. You can have your video turned off. You can have your mic turned off. You don't have to participate. You can just be in your own comfortable setting with headsets preferably, and trust that you would be taken into a beautiful journey. And even if you happen to fall asleep, which I hope you don't, but if you happen to fall asleep, know that it's something that your soul wanted you to experience at that time. You needed that type of an experience. You needed to take that little break and relax. Most people don't fall asleep. Most people actually have incredible experiences, whether it is just a flash of something that later can develop into something else. They may see something briefly, and then perhaps a few days later, or a few weeks later, or a few months later, they may see a dream that is connected to that vision. And journaling also helps. So really, it's always safe. It's very gentle. There's nothing to be afraid of. It is like taking a short break, taking a break from your everyday life and just allowing yourself to relax, allowing yourself to just surrender and just let go, and allowing that creative state that your brain is in when you're in the theta brainwave, allowing that creative state to take over and surrendering to your higher self so that it can show you whatever it is that you need to learn at that particular time. Whatever it is you need to experience, whatever it is that is the most appropriate experience for you to have at that time, whatever lessons you need to learn. So whenever you do see something in a past life, you can actually experience instant healing in this current life, because once your subconscious, your higher self, passes on this message to your conscious mind that this happened in the past, whatever this was, this pain, this wound that you've carried forth with you into this life, and it has manifested in some kind of a pain, perhaps emotional or physical pain, whatever happened that triggered this original pain to exist in a past life, whether it was passed on from ancestors or you actually experienced in a past life, you will have an understanding that you don't need to suffer and be hurting and continue to feel this pain, because there is now an alignment between your subconscious and conscious minds, and your subconscious has channeled the lesson to your conscious mind that you no longer have to suffer. You don't have to carry this wound. The lesson has been learned. You don't have to keep suffering. And so anything that's unresolved, even if you have a beautiful, wonderful life, but from time to time you feel like something's missing, or you may have some type of a fear, or you feel like you're operating from a place of fear. I had a theta healing session for someone who, actually a friend of mine, it happened randomly, it wasn't planned. And I saw a flash of a life that she lived centuries ago where she was betrayed by her husband, and it broke her heart. And she thought that was interesting because she said that she's always operated in this current life as if she had been betrayed, but she had actually never been betrayed in this life. And this was something that happened in a past life that had carried through this imprint in her soul. And this imprint in her soul has manifested into how she lives her life in this current life. So she doesn't trust, whenever she's in a relationship, she's always operating as if she had already been betrayed, even though she's never been betrayed in this lifetime. And so once I was able to release that for her, release that wounding and that belief, she was able to completely let go. And there was a whole new way of seeing things that opened up for her. And there was this deep knowing and understanding that opened up for her that was just incredibly healing. So that's just one example, but there are several examples that I can give you, and you can just hopefully wait until my book is out, and I will be announcing that at some point. So either way, you know you're in for an adventure. You're in for a relaxing adventure, a creative adventure. So if you decide to take the workshop, the next workshop that I'm offering, or you'd like to do a one-on-one session, you can just go ahead and just email me or go on my website, healandmanifest.com. And if it's your first time and we've never worked together and we haven't done any theta healing, I would suggest for a private session for a past life regression that you book the 4 to 5 hour session, because it does take a while to go through and to do the theta healing and to go over your childhood in this life and to go over the stories that we need to go over in order for you to feel comfortable transitioning into the past life regression. However, if you would just like to try and see what the experience feels like, then you can take my next past life regression workshop, during which I will also do chakra balancing for you and theta healing. It is in a group setting, but like I said, it is very private and you don't have to participate. You can just put your headsets on, lay back, and relax. Sarah already did a past life regression with me, so she knows what an incredible experience it was.
Yeah, it was pretty incredible.
Okay, so let's do the energetic divorce. If